Some music or nothing? Nothing. Padrino, jest to do was? You ready? No. Okay, prochody. Done it? Δεν το γιάμου ρε, sorry.
U17 παρακαλώ να οργανώσετε τις ομάδες της Κύπρου και της Τσεχίας. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the team from Cyprus and Czech.
The very warmest of welcomes to you indeed. It's a splendid atmosphere at the AEK Arena Georgios Karapatakis in Larnaca on this, the first match day of the 2024 UEFA European Under-17 Championship. The host nation, Cyprus, in action against Czechia in Group A. A huge crowd gathered at the home of the senior Cypriot national football team to watch the next generation coming through and to hope that Cyprus can pick up a win that would put them in a wonderful position after match day one in this competition. They're against a Czechia team who are back for the first time since 2019. It's their 7th time in the competition. They were the runners-up in 2006. And they play a Cyprus team who last qualified in 1992. We'll have the national anthems to begin. Firstly, Where My Home Is, written in 1834, the national anthem of Czechia, followed by the Hymn to Liberty, written in 1823, adopted in 1966 by Cyprus. Proud moment for the captains, Stepan Beran and Rafael Dimosthenos. Savas Mihos keeps goal for the host nation. He's part of the youth team at Apoel Nicosia, the most successful club in this country. The captain, number 21, Rafael Dimosthenos, plays in the defence just behind his twin brother Stavros, wearing number 23. They both play for the Aris Limassol under-21 side. A threat in attack will be number 17, Haramboulos Michalas, who plays for the old lady of Cypriot football, Anothosis Famagusta. He's one of a handful of players who have already scored for the under-17 national team. The referee is 34-year-old Pierre Gayoust. He takes charge of many matches in the French top flight. His last was at the weekend as Lyon beat Clermont 1-0. Czechia's goalkeeper is Marek Obdržalek, who is one of 7 Slavia Prague players in the starting lineup today. The captain is fullback Stepan Beran, who is another of them. Both of the fullbacks are drawn from the Slavia youth teams. The heart of midfield is also Slavia dominated, with number 10 Marek Naskoš, a strong performer in the domestic youth league this season. Most of the players play youth football, but striker Matyáš Nevatal, wearing number 19, is playing senior football in the 3rd tier for the Bohemians B team. In reserve for Cyprus, number 8 Gavril Psilogenis. The midfielder celebrates his 17th birthday today and will be hoping to get onto the pitch. On the bench for Czechia, number 11 Lukáš Modry. The midfielder scored twice in qualification. A proud moment for people like Panayotis Haralambous, because he's at the AK Larnaca under-21 squad and at this stadium on a regular basis. Imagine that, you take to the field of play for your country in an international competition that you're hosting, and it's your club's own ground where it all gets underway. Extra special for a handful of the Cyprus players. 3 of them in the starting lineup today who play for AK Larnaca. And there's the young man from Onotosis Famagusta. And of Slavia Prague, being warmly received in the Czechia goal, Marek Obdržalek. The very warmest of welcomes to you indeed. It's a great pleasure to have your company for this meeting between Cyprus and Czechia at the UEFA Under-17 Championship. It is the group stage of the competition. Czechia in possession. And an early sliding challenge coming in from Risis Evangelou of Omonia, the under-19 squad at that club. He's one of only 2 players in the team. And there is the head coach of Cyprus. This is Mihail, 46, from Nicosia, the capital city. Played almost 70 times for the national team between 2000 and 2011. Worked his way up from the 4th tier to this post. And some early pressure put on by Czechia. This is Group A. The other fixture today was a 1-0 win for Serbia over Ukraine, and an early test for Savos Michos in the Cyprus goal. And how lovely to have such a huge crowd. First opportunity then for Czechia. And the corner kick is a tricky one, but it's all immaterial because there was a foul before the ball dropped rather unpleasantly in front of the goalkeeper. Patrick Ziegel of Sigma Olomouc, a centre-back who's been a big part of the youth league in Czechia this season. Some very good performances. There is Jiří Žilák, the head coach of the Czechia under-17 team. He played for the youth teams and reserve team of Victoria Pilsen, like some of his players today. Graduate of the prestigious Charles University in Prague in physical education. And we do see that in quite a lot of the youth coaches that are superintending these national teams in the UEFA competitions. They've gone and undertaken coaching degrees, sports science degrees, teaching degrees. And certainly you want some of your most sophisticated pedagogical ideas to be those that are imposed upon the young players. Get this generation right, and The rest hopefully should follow. Back to Marek Obdrzalek. Good young goalkeeper. Played in all of the qualification matches. Number 12 is Jakub Kolisek. Well, he knows the goalkeeper well, they're teammates at Slavia Prague. Maximos Petousis, another of the AEK Larnaca players. Tends to operate as a right back. He can function in a more advanced wide midfield position. Is Karel Belgic. Just about headed away by Cosmas Ioanu. Here is Belgic to Naskoš, and then hit by number 21, Kolojic. Oh, they're not getting the ball away, and surely somebody has to clear this well. It was rather chaotic from Cyprus. They've conceded a corner kick. They were lucky not to concede a goal. Naskoš out to Kolojic. His shot deflected. Kolojic was the first to get to the header across the face of goal. Czechia with another corner kick. They're controlling the game early on. Here's the captain, Stepan Beran. Very good young fullback. Powerfully headed away by Petros Ioanu. And here is, well, there was just for a moment, shepherding it out of play. One half of the Dimostenus twins, Stavros. And the gentleman wearing the armband, Rafael, his twin brother. Different position, better delivery. And from the other side, that in-swinger was very dangerous. Marek Naskoš again quite involved in the threat. Put him well by Karel Belgic. It's no surprise to see Karel Belgic doing things well, because he's had such a wonderful season domestically in the Youth League. 9 goals in 18 appearances for the Slavia Prague under-19 side. A little too much for Harambos Michalas. Cleverly done by Kolisek, had to think his way out of trouble there. Čížek, versatile attacking midfielder, Krzysztof Čížek. 17 is Sosna, and Sosna's ball is comfortable and well held by Savas Michos. Michos, part of the Apoel Nicosia youth team, the senior team. He's just won the Cypriot top flight for the 29th time. Club founded 97 years ago, the most successful in this country. And they will be thrilled to have returned to the UEFA Champions League. They'll be in the second qualifying round next season. Now, here is Karel Belgic. Played it to Nevatal. Well, that was rather risky, tentative too from Panayotis Haralambos. Good ball out of defence, that very well played to Petousis, looking to link up with Chrysis Evangelou. Beautiful time of year to hold a football competition in Cyprus. It really is full of the most charming coastal settlements. Should be the goalkeepers. Oh, that was a little tricky. Just seemed to catch the breeze, perhaps. I think Mijos had his eye on it, but Karel Belgique making everyone a little concerned for a moment. Yes, I think one should kindly say that Mijos was positioned to deal with it if it dropped. For is Jiří Mečík of Baník Ostrava, under-19s. Moved up from the under-17 squad in January. An early move up at just 16, and we've seen that with quite a few of the young Czechia players. They've been brought out of the under-17 ranks maybe a year or so earlier than many of their contemporaries. That's why they've earned their place in the national team. There's Patrick Ziegel. He really has been such a big part of the Olomouc under-19 team. A lot of pressure on the team in blue early on. Just got a glimpse there of number 17, Adam Sosner, set apart from the rest of the team in that he plays in Italy for Juventus, for their under-17 side. And he's playing very well for them. Safely headed away by Maximos Petousis. The club that's based here, that he plays at, AEK Larnaca, was founded in 1994, so 30th anniversary celebrations impending for that team. And loose for Kolisek. Oh, that was a risky challenge from the captain. Lucky he didn't bring him down. A good hit from the edge of the area. From one captain to t'other, it was Stepan Beran with the strike, but that was really an out-of-control and wild lunge from Rafael Demosthenes. And it wasn't struck too badly at all, actually, by Stepan Beran, who's never scored for the under-17 national team. Lacking a little poise at the back, the Cypriots. This should be surely pulled back and put in. Well, the goalkeeper's done brilliantly, but maybe there was a missed opportunity because there were white shirts completely unguarded right in front of goal. Instead, the decision was taken to go for a shot. From Naskosh on to Kolodzic, he hit it. Goalkeeper made a good stop, and Panayotis Haralambos was well positioned. But one must perhaps look critically at the decision there by Kolodzic to strike the ball rather than to look for a teammate. Ziegel telegraphed it completely for Argyris Christovoulou. And the number 10 for Cyprus is based at Sporting in Portugal. Plays for their under-17 team. Left his first club, Paphos FC, in October of last year. Again, plenty of space for Czechia to bring it forward. The overlap coming on the left from Kolisek. Instead, they opt to keep it central. And here is Čížek. Now, this play to Jakub Kolisek, the left-back. A gentleman who's working very hard early on in this match is Maximos Petousis. Kolisek. It's neatly controlled by Evangelou. But if it continues in this vein for Cyprus, it's going to be a very long and gruelling match, and one imagines that Czechia will break through at some point. The 17-year-old Maximos Petousis has been one of the strongest performers so far for Cyprus. That's a fine ball to Petros Ioannou. Can they get the first meaningful chance for the host nation? There it was. No test for Marek Obdrzalek. Just slightly ran away from him, didn't it, Haralambos Michalas? His club is Anorthosis Famagusta. Plays for their under-21s. The senior team has just finished 6th in the Cypriot top flight, which divides. Oh dear, that's problematic. Czechia not able to take advantage of the bouncing ball. But as I was saying, the Cypriot League divides for a championship round and a relegation round. The top 6 go on to fight for the title in the European places. Anorthosis Famagusta did make it into the top 6 this season. They were founded 113 years ago, remarkable history. And I'm sure many of you know it's been a difficult history, with them having to relocate from Famagusta, which is now in northern Cyprus. And the club is actually now based in Larnaca, in this city. Has been since the 1970s. Demosthenes. Number 5 is Cosmas Ioannou of Apollon Limassol, another of the beautiful coastal settlements with a fabulous Mediterranean coastline. And when you stroll through the streets of Limassol, which I've been fortunate enough to do on a couple of occasions, you get the sense it's wonderful hotel after wonderful hotel after wonderful hotel, with some fabulous restaurants sandwiched in the middle. And why would one not take advantage of such spectacular coastline? It's such a popular tourist destination, as is much of the island. Sosna, they must surely put this in. They've overcomplicated it. Josef Kolodzic, he had so much time, and the young man from Slavia Prague, with his second excellent opportunity, just gave Cyprus enough time to regroup defensively, but the danger continues, and Czechia are overwhelmingly the stronger team. Nizimicek scored a couple of goals in qualification. He's got a brilliant record actually for the under-17s, 4 in 10 from the centre-back position. Well recovered by Christovoulou. Number 3 is Panayotis Haralambos. The head coach of Czechia, Jiří Žilák, said before the game that he was so excited about the atmosphere because for his players it would be the largest crowd they've played in front of, and certainly he hasn't disappointed. Good pace from Evangelou, but he was fouled by Marek Naskoš. Meanwhile, the opportunity here for Kolářík. It was played in well by Adam Sosna. There was just a little touch from Cosmas Ioanu to make things difficult here. Deflects it back off Josef Kolářík and immediately appealed for the handball, which I think would have been a touch on the brutal side to give that against Kolářík. Seemed to come up and strike his chest. The K in AEK Arena and AEK Larnaca owes its existence to the ancient history of this part of the world, which we'll come back to after we've dealt with the present. Not a strong cross by Matthias Nevatal. Beran, who has it back. The captain, purposeful delivery. Goalkeeper was impeded in trying to claim the ball. Some of the Czechia players and indeed the coaching staff feeling that there was nothing untoward about that attempt to win the ball. That was a clever idea, wasn't it? Very clever for Petros Ioanu. And he's got some support arriving. Demosthenes. Well, it was a ball out of nowhere, impeccably played through for Petros Ioanu. Excellent idea from Chrysis Evangelou. The window to shoot closed down very quickly, courtesy of Beran and Ziegel. And by the time it reached Stavros Demosthenes, it was more hopeful than anything else. And he didn't strike it with his truest technique. But it certainly made some noise from the point of view of the spectators. They're much more vocal after that. Christovoulou. Petros Ioanu. The supporters arrived. Oh, I just got that wrong, unfortunately. It allows Czechia the chance to counter purposefully. Zizek, and it's won back really well by Georgios Ziotis. The young Apoel Nicosia player. He's young even for the under-19 squad because he's still only 16. Stronger suddenly from Cyprus. First time we've really seen Jakub Kolisek functioning actually as a fullback defensively. Petrusis missed everyone, and the little slip from Michalas gave Kolářík some time to work out his next move. Sosna. Threatening from Sosna and dealt with by Cosmas Ioanu. They're getting into a lot of positions, Czechia, particularly on the left, to pull the ball back towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Czech, and again it's Cosmas Ioanu who's defended with gusto. We're into the second half of the first half. It's been largely domination from Czechia. Several corner kicks. All of them have looked reasonably threatening. What about this one? That is threatening, and the goalkeeper Michos punches away well. Still, it's with Micek, and from the edge of the area, not really a clear shooting path for Krzysztof Czech. He has scored once for the under-17 national team, no competitive goals. As I was mentioning earlier, the name of this arena, the AEK Arena, Georgios Karapatakis, is an interesting one. Firstly, because Georgios Karapatakis is the father of the president of the club. Nice thing to be able to do, isn't it? Name a stadium after your dad. They might get this one. They finally got it. Josef Kolodzic makes it Cyprus 0, Czechia 1. The pressure has eventually yielded an outcome, and a mighty relief Josef Kolodzic, one imagines, because he's had a couple of earlier chances that he didn't necessarily make the right decision with. That was impeccable. A very controlled finish from the 17-year-old. It's his 5th goal for the Czechia under-17 national team. Josef Kolodzic, who scored twice in qualification, now scores the first goal for Czechia in the tournament proper. Didn't he take that well? And it was useful play from Stepan Beran, the captain, too. But the agile, nimble footwork makes the decision to go around Harambus towards the centre and then slotted it into the far post. 26th minute goal from Josef Kolodzic. Jiří Žinak's team making the pressure count for something corporeal. Stepan Beran, very good ball to Belgique, and he nearly skips right the way through. The captain, well, it's been given as a penalty kick. I was about to say the captain, Rafael Demosthenos, with a bold challenge, and it was a little too bold. Early on in the match, he wildly slid in and very nearly brought down a player in the penalty area. And he's done it here. Let's have a look at it again. Well, gosh, it's an interesting decision, isn't it, from Pierre Galus, because there seems to be widespread consensus that the ball was played first and successfully played by Rafael Demosthenos, but the time for the discussion is over quickly because Marek Naskoš has put the penalty kick in to make it 2-0, and the Cypriots are furious about the decision. Convinced it was a fair challenge, was a very well-struck penalty kick, regardless. And as so often happens in these sorts of matches, once the team has been broken down after lots of pressure and the first goal has been scored, the second follows quickly. A special moment for Marek Naskoš, a first goal for the national side. Cyprus 0, Czechia 2. There is the man who scored the penalty kick, Marek Naskoš. As the game has suddenly and quickly started to turn away from the host nation. Barely an empty seat in the arena, which is wonderful to see, and the support continues for Cyprus. Nevatal. Cut out by Maximos Petousis. Now, Ziotis has got options and maybe took a little too long to play that ball out to the left wing. It is now with Petros Ioannou, but he's offside. And there seemed to be a lot of time a few seconds before that for Ziotis to play the ball to the left. Full name of AEK Larnaca, the club that plays here, is Atletiki Enosi Kition Larnakas, Athletic Union Kition of Larnaca. And the K stands for the ancient Greek city of Kition, which is where Larnaca is located today. Kolisek, he started to make a bit of a presence felt in the youth league this season. 7 appearances, not as many as others in this team, but he's been promising. Belgique makes the right decision to play it back, and then nearly the right ball from Marek Naskoš. Target was the Juventus player Adam Sosna. And hasn't he done well in the Italian under-17 league this season? 11 goals in 20 games, 7 assists too. They are thrilled, the Juventus coaching staff, with his acquisition. Joined last summer from his first club, SK Slavia Prague. And there's evidence here from the 7 Slavia Prague players in the starting lineup why, if you are a scout for the youth teams of very big European clubs, you're going to want to go and see Slavia Prague playing, because they've got so many fine young athletes representing them. And the challenge that they have is to keep hold of them all. does well, Evangelu, but his luck runs out. It's going to be surely a foul. Now the play has been pulled back, and yes, it's a yellow card to Georgios Tsiotis. I don't think there can be any questioning the necessity of giving a yellow card there for either one of them, really. Poor old Krzysztof Cizek didn't have much of a chance. Belgique, Kolajic, captain Beran. For Cyprus, they are looking to be the first under-17 host nation in this tournament to make it out of the group stage since England in 2018. It is a rarity in the 16-team tournament era. For the Cypriots to return to a competition they last qualified for, or last played in, I should say, in 1992, because as the host nation they didn't have to qualify for this. They also qualified in 1990. And they're taking on Czechia, who didn't qualify last time or the time before that, but they were here in 2019. It's the 7th time they've been in the competition. They've actually gone out in the group stage of every single edition except for 2006 in Luxembourg, when they were the runners-up. Cosmas Ioannou trying to attract the attention of referee Pierre Gelust. Karel Belgique, the player who was fouled in the judgment of the referee by Rafael Demosthenes. Oh, not fully cleared, but then amends made by Haralambos Michalas. He recovered well. Little glimpses here and there one sees of the promise in the Cypriot players, but Czechia have restricted them to exactly that, glimpses. He's done very well there, Ujimicek. Trying to do a lot on his own is Evangelu. Desperately in need of support. Desperately in need of support. Well, didn't have many other options. Looking at him was Maximus Petousis, who had just about arrived. Chrysis Evangelou is one of the two Omonia players in the squad. And the other is the birthday boy today, substitute to Gabriel Tsilogenis. Omonia was founded 75 years ago. They've just finished third in the Cypriot League, making the UEFA Conference League. That's beautifully pulled back. What a nice piece of football, and it's over the line. Matyáš Nevatal beating a furious Savas Mihos for the third goal for Czechia. That's his fourth goal for the under-17 national team. For so much of this match, Czechia have brought the ball into dangerous positions on the left-hand side and then pulled it back, and this time it's finished. Cyprus now having a very hard time of things in their first match as hosts. Let's have a look at it again. It's the left-back, Kolisek. Actually, it was Adam Sosna who delivered the final crucial ball. Flicked really by Matyáš Nevatal. Minute goal from Matyáš Nevatal of Bohemians. He plays for their B team in the third tier of the domestic league, so he's actually playing senior football for them. Quite set apart from the majority of the Czechia players who are playing for youth teams. Didn't score in the league this season. But a very useful experience at 17 to be playing against quite a lot of experienced athletes. You do have to sympathise with Savas Mihos, who did everything he could to keep that ball out. Lots of space for Kolisek. His link up with Adam Sosna on the left is proving very damaging for Cyprus. And for Czechia, they have done exactly what anyone should aspire to do against the host nation on the opening match day, which is quieten down the crowd early on. They've started very strongly, and even though there were lots of chances early on that they weren't converting, you always got the feeling, didn't you, that's going to be offside, not a penalty kick, that the breakthrough would come quite quickly. Naskoš. Petrusis really pressurised and does well, actually. Limited options there, to say the least. But no sign whatsoever of the Czechia players relenting in their intense approach to this match as we get towards half-time. Again, a Cypriot player is all alone. This time it's Algiris Christovoulou. Ideal, really, this for Czechia, because they'll have the opportunity in the second half to make a few early substitutions to give other players their first appearance of the tournament. Their next game will be against Ukraine. That's on Thursday. Cyprus will play Serbia. 2 additional minutes to be played. Naskosh. Kolisek couldn't get beyond Petousis. Sosna, that is going to just about find its way to Josef Kolajic. You could see the moment of realisation for Savas Michos that he had to flee himself at the ball. There have been a couple of really high balls into the path of Savas Michos which have been challenging in this first half. On the subject of challenging, they've made it very difficult for themselves there, Cyprus. Adam Sosna not able to find the angle into the corner. Would have been his 4th goal for the under-17 national team. It's been a very assured display from Czechia. Jiří Žilak's players taking total control of the match. They scored after 26 minutes from Josef Kolajic. Then a penalty kick that not all were in agreement about, converted well by Marek Naskosh. Before, in the 40th minute, Matyáš Nevatal made it 3 for Czechia. The hosts yet to really have clear chances. They've been under enormous amounts of defensive pressure. More to come from Larnaca at half-time. It's Cyprus 0, Czechia 3.
επόμενο παιχνίδι του U17.
I scored fucking. I scored 2.
Welcome back to the setting of the AEK Arena, Georgios Kanapatakis in Larnaca. It's the UEFA European Under-17 Championship, the group stage, and Cyprus are currently as hosts 3-0 down to Czechia. They are going to be making a change at half-time. Anayotis Haralambous has been replaced by Georgis Skafi. Plays for Sampdoria under-17s on loan from Paphos FC, and we're also seeing the removal of Jakub Kolisek with David Jehacek coming on, the Anik Ostrava defender. Second half begins. Cyprus 0, Czechia 3. Absolutely dominant performance from Czechia in the first half. Little glimpses of forward momentum from Cyprus here and there, but very limited. The visitors to the AEK Arena, Georgios Kanapatakis in Larnaca, Cyprus, have given the home crowd little reason to be overly exuberant. Czechia in possession of the ball just as they were for the lion's share of the first half. Played quickly by Stepan Beran, a little too powerfully for Josef Kolajic, who scored the opening goal. Petros Ioannou just unwittingly put a little pressure on his own captain, Rafael Dimostenos. It was played out of defence by the substitute, Skafi. Controlled by Christovoulou. It should be comfortably controlled. It is by Georgios Skafi, whose loan at Sampdoria is coming to an end after 12 appearances in the Under-17 league, mostly as a substitute. It's been a very good experience for him. There's a lot of space here to play this ball into Petros Ioannou. And he had just gone ahead, and they're very frustrated, the Cypriots. Chrysis Evangelou's ball seemed to just be a fraction too late for Petros Ioannou. There were moments like that in the first half as well, when Chrysis Mihal's team had the opportunity to quickly play a ball wide. Didn't take it. But at least this is more attacking, much more attacking. Christovoulou, brilliantly played to Demosthenes, and he's also offside. And that looks more clear-cut. Stavros Demosthenes plays for Aris Limassol, just like his twin brother. Part of the under-21 team. The senior team has just finished 4th in the league, missing out on the Europa Conference League by only 4 points. They were the champions in the previous season. Zizek, well defended. Here is Evangelou. Good pace from Adam Sosna. And good defensive work by the substitute Scaffi. Sosna has been very bothersome in those sorts of positions throughout the match. And here he is again. That time he just strayed ahead of the line. Michalas. Back to Rafael Demosthenes. He hasn't been enormously busy today, has he, Marek Obdrjalek? Backup goalkeeper is Matias Shilhavi of Victoria Pilsen, the same club that his manager was at until 2019 as a youth team coach for about a decade. That's gone the way of Cyprus. Just seemed to go hip to hip, didn't they? That's a jarring one for both. The decision went in favour of Giris Christovoulou, and he's the one who's spent more time on the ground, seemed to feel it more acutely than Marek Naskosh. Here's Christovoulou back on his feet. He was born in Paphos and went to Portugal to play for Sporting from his hometown club, Paphos FC. And the young man who's come on in the defence wearing number 2, Georgios Scaffi, is technically a Paphos FC player himself, although he's been at Sampdoria, as I mentioned earlier, on loan. There will be no foul given, despite some suggestion from the Czechia players there should have been one, especially from Matyáš Nevatal, who's convinced he was fouled. And just back to that club, Paphos. It's quite a new club, created in 2014 when two teams in the city merged. It's a coastal city in the far southwest of Cyprus. And it's been a good time to be involved with Paphos FC. They've just recently won the Cypriot Cup for the first time to make the Europa League next season. Nevatal got a bit of physical strength to him. The cross is tricky, headed away by Michalis. To the captain, Stepan Beran. A miscommunication between Naskos and Kolajic. One wonders if Jiří Žilák will start to give opportunities to some of the very youngest members of the substitutes bench, the likes of Matej Kvacek, who's barely played at all for the under-17 national team. This would be a perfect opportunity for someone like him to get a little experience. Here is Naskos, excellent ball, it might be finished, just put wide by Adam Sosna. Super delivery though from Marek Naskos. Played that insightfully. And the touch before that from Karel Belgic was good too. Georgios Skafi just made a sufficient presence to make the striking of the ball trickier. That early bright start from Cyprus at the beginning of the second half has faded to a more representative structure to the match. Can these changes impact it? We're looking over the shoulders of Marios Hadjilefteri, Ovenosis Neon Paralimniou. It will be Stavros Dimostenos to come off. The other player coming on is number 20, Aninos Nikolaou. 17-year-old Aris Limassol, under-21 player, so he replaces his own teammate from club competition. And Georgios Tsiotsis is the player who is making way for Marios Hadjilefteri. Plays for a club in the second tier, but not for much longer. They've just been promoted. Huge congratulations to Enothis Neon Paralimniou. Gnosis, I should say. They were actually relegated at the end of the previous season. Their spell in the second division did not endure. Club with a very interesting history. The colours and the nickname of Enosis Neon Paralimniu. Very evocative of West Ham United in England. They're known as the Clarets. And actually their first kit was donated by Bobby Moore, who knew the Paneru brothers, who were very heavily involved in the early stages of the club. Christovoulou goes out to the right wing for Evangelou. Evangelou just really floats it towards Obdajalik. Benan intimating that he was fouled. And he continues to be in a little discomfort, the captain of Czechia. And this is why. He did seem to get clipped, didn't he, by Ninos Nicolaou. We'll look back at the opening goal from Josef Kolajic. Lovely footwork and a fine finish as well. Impressive fifth goal for the national team. And then a first ever goal for the national team from Marek Naskoš from the penalty mark. And then the one that agonisingly just couldn't be kept out by Savas Mihos, put in by Matias Nevatal. All of that in a dominant 15-minute spell for Czechia. Doesn't make things easy for Chrysis Michal. "30 minutes or so remaining. Comfortable and suitable intervention from Marek Naskoš. Meanwhile, medical attention required for the Cypriot captain, Rafael Dimosthenos. Well, there is one of the players I was talking about earlier, Matej Kvacek. And Denis Kripalek also waiting to come on. So they are two of the very youngest players in the squad. So Jiří Žilák clearly feeling that this is the right sort of time to give an opportunity to a couple of players who are looking to make themselves a bigger part of the under-17 national team. Particularly in the case of Matej Kvacek, this will be his first competitive appearance. Instructions being carefully communicated as Rafael Demosthenes has concluded his brief treatment. Pierre Galust was the fourth official recently for the Olympic Games playoff between Indonesia and Guinea. It was just about a week and a half ago. He's also been a fourth official in the UEFA Europa League this season. Just to give a more broad sense of the picture of the competition, this is Group A with Serbia and Ukraine, the other teams. Group B is Denmark, Austria, Croatia and Wales. The Danes beating the Welsh at 2-0 earlier today. Group C, Italy, Sweden, Slovakia, Poland. Group D, that's a pleasant one, isn't it? France, Portugal, Spain, England. Top two progress to the quarter-final stage. That begins on the 29th of May in just under a week and a half's time. The final of the competition on June the 5th. He's back and looking okay, Rafael Demosthenes. Czechia will be looking to make those changes soon. Not a bad idea to play that towards the substitute Nicolau, which has found him. Evangelou struck straight into David Zehacek, the substitute. Now we will, by the looks of things, see some replacements for the team in white. Matej Kvacek and Denis Skripalek are coming on. And we will say farewell to Matias Nevatal and to Stepan Beran, so the captain departing. So one defender off, one defender on, one attacker off, one attacker on. Nevatal, who scored in the 40th minute to make it 3-0, being replaced by Matej Kvacek of Pardubice, a club based in the city of the same name in the north of Czechia, known as the centre of industry in the country. It's well known for its oil refinery, its electronics trade. Pardubice comes from the leader, the name, leader of a group of Polish monks who settled there. This is just his third appearance for the under-17 national team. He's joined by Denis Skripalek of Sparta Prague. Has dual citizenship with Germany. What a good turn that was. Trying to get himself involved early on, Matej Kvacek. Ball given away to Naskosh. Brought under control at the second attempt, but only momentarily by David Zehacek. Good effort from Alinos Nicolau. Michalas. Surprisingly, the flick on by Evangelou actually found a target, but the attack broke down pretty quickly afterwards in what is largely the story of Cyprus's day going forwards. Evangelou plays for Omonia, one of only 3 clubs never to have been relegated to the second tier in Cypriot football. They've won the league title 21 times. So absolutely one of the most successful teams in the country. As I mentioned earlier, Apoel Nicosia have just won the league for the 29th time. Kolojic, he drops to the ground rather easily. Certainly a decline in the intensity of Czechia, but that's entirely to be expected and is not an unsensible decision, because it's a long and tough tournament. If you can get the first game won and then just hold on without playing at your maximum tempo, then so much the better. And that's what Czechia seem to have done here, barring a quite extraordinary comeback from the host nation. Hasn't had too many opportunities, Petros Ioannou, in this game, as the Cypriots make a change to remove the captain, Rafael Demosthenos. So both of the twin brothers now taken off, and wearing the armband, Arakiris Christodoulou. They will feel that the decision to award a penalty kick against him was a harsh one. He has been replaced by Theoklitos Polychroniou. Plays for AEL Limassol under 21s, club that finished in the bottom half of the table this season. Massive multi-sport club, AEL Limassol, one of the largest in the country. It even has an esports team. Along with virtually everything else. Oh dear, that's a rather messy challenge from the substitute. His first involvement is not his most elegant one. Out of control as he leaps for that, clearly fouling Matej Kvacek. Gilak seemed of the opinion that it should have been a yellow card to the substitute. Now, can they get another one? It should be cleared, it is. First time for a little while that Czechia have seemed actively in search of extending their advantage. No surprise that Josef Kolajic was at the heart of it all again. Plenty of opportunities to find the right pass. Here it is to Josef Kolajic. Ziegel keeps the attack alive for the team in white. Just around 20 minutes or so to play when one considers time to be added. All very comfortable for Czechia, and they'll feel thrilled about it because, as I mentioned earlier, they've gone out in the group stage in 5 of the previous 6 times they've been in the competition. Just that runner-up berth in Luxembourg in 2006 that bucked the trend. They've only made the under-17 World Cup once. That was in 2011. Cyprus yet to appear in that tournament. Further Czechia substitution is coming as Adam Sosna departs. His contribution a strong one, the young Juventus player. He's been a great assist maker at club level, and he's continued that for the national team. Replacing him is Ondřej Penksa of the Sparta Prague under 19 team. That would be quite something, wouldn't it, the under 97 team? Walking football is popular. Here he is, Penksa. Now the young man who's taken on the responsibility of captaining the host nation, Christovoulou, who one can't fault for his determination and his energy. Nicolau plays it to the captain, Christovoulou, Portuguese base player. Decision going the way of Cyprus. Look at the substitute, Denis Skripalik. His 11th appearance for the under-17 national team. So, the corner kick to be taken, by the looks of things, initially by Haralambos Michalas, but it might go short. No, instead he plays it directly, and great claim from Marek Obdržalek, who was quite unchallenged in taking that ball. Great sprint back from Georgios Skafi, because Matej Kvacek was waiting to pick up that ball. And he would love, absolutely love, to make a name for himself early on in this tournament. One of the newest members of the whole team, Kolajic, one of the more senior members of the team, 14th appearance today. Excellent ball, very good delivery that, looking for the substitute Matej Kvacek. Turned away by Michos, not an easy one, because as a goalkeeper there, one invariably is anticipating that somebody's going to connect with the ball, and then you suddenly find you've got to react to the original path of it. And here is Ondřej Penksa. He's had such a good season for the Sparta Prague under-19 team domestically. 11 goals in 13 games. He was responsible for a quarter of the team's goals. Evangeliou might have to do this by himself. No, finds Christovoulou, who wants to shoot and succumbed to the desire to hit it. Probably with a few fans urging him to do just that as well. Now, Christos Lukaidis, wearing number 11 to replace Petros Ioannou. So one Larnaca under-21 player for another in this stadium, where Larnaca plays their home matches. So another special moment for Christos Lukaidis. He's played a lot of matches for the under-17s, yet to score for them. Jalek taking the coy approach. It's going to test Scaffy. It's going to test him further. He does well in the end. And there's the replacement captain for Czechia, David Šehacek, the substitute. Zizek. Good crossing position over the top of Kolodzic. Then galloping through from the full-back position, Patrick Ziegel. He really worked so hard to keep that alive, Ziegel, the number 6. Made it possible for Ondřej Penksa, the substitute, to score. That's his first competitive goal for the under-17s. He's been brilliant for his youth team at Sparta Prague this season, with 11 goals in the league. And he's managed to turn that into goal-scoring form internationally. It's 4-0. But he will thank Patrick Ziegel, no question. What a good effort this was. And it's a really authoritative header as well. But as a manager like Jiří Žilák, you must be thrilled when your team is 3-0 up to see a defender charging towards the line to keep that ball in play and producing a cross of such quality as well. 81st minute goal from Ondřej Penksa. I mentioned earlier that number 6 Patrick Ziegel had been such a big part of Sigma Olomouc's under-19 league campaign. 24 appearances, did actually score on one occasion. A notable feature of his play was how disciplined he was, just one yellow card in all of those matches. And considering the ferocity with which he defends, that's an impressive display of temperance. Shows that he's a mature young player. A shame for the many youngsters who've come to watch this match that they haven't had a goal from the home team to cheer. They've certainly seen plenty of effort from the Cyprus players. They were never favoured to win this match. Painful challenge there for the assist maker of the previous goals, Eagle. We'll come back to that because Kolodzic has it. And I think now he'll put that ball out because Patrick Ziegel needs some assistance. Quite warm conditions in Larnaca. It's just gone beyond 10 p.m. Temperature still in the mid-20s. It was as high as 29 for the earlier kickoffs. It is just delightful if you're out for a stroll. Czechia do still have one more substitution that they can make should they wish to be cautious and remove Patrick Ziegel. It would necessitate something of a change in system though, based on who they've got left on the bench.
Sigi, zvládneš hrát a dohrát? Dohraješ? Dohraješ? Ne, počkej. Sigi, dohraješ to?
Sportingly, the ball returned to Czechia. Denis Krupalik. Next then for Cyprus, the meeting with Serbia, who beat Ukraine. And Ukraine face Czechia on Thursday. Well, that is on the spectacular side. There was about a second and a half there where a lot of the young fans behind the goal thought that might possibly travel the distance. Tomorrow it's Group C that begins with Slovakia and Sweden meeting, Italy and Poland likewise. And in Group D tomorrow, Spain will play Portugal and France will play England. Here's that last change for Czechia. Marek Naskoš, who scored the penalty kick around half an hour into the game, departs for Lukáš Modrý. Lukáš Modrý is one of the Sparta Prague players, of the under-19 team, and has performed well in his limited appearances this season. 6 goals in 11 games, and he's got a great record for the under-17s. Scored 2 in 6 qualification matches. Overall for the national team, he has 8 goals in 13 appearances, and Here he is trying to impose himself early on to Kypr. Kypr really hoped to get a penalty kick there from Georgios Skafi. Tracking back is Haralambos Michalas. He's been caught by Mate Kypr. Cyprus all the way through the group stage as they hope to make it to the quarter-finals. Palek back rather awkwardly to Obdajalik. Good throw there from the goalkeeper. Excellent vision. On the subject of excellent vision, slightly less so there, regrettably, from Kypr Belgique. He's another who's been terrific domestically this season, Belgique, for his youth team. And there will be a not inconsequential amount of additional time. A little frustration for Michalas and Nikolaos. They get in each other's way somewhat. Christovoulou. Really ambitious ball, difficult to play and not get your own team into a spot of bother. And we have 3 minutes further. It's good tracking back from Czechia defence. Zizek. Well, they've been down a gear or two, haven't they, in this second half, Czechia, but understandably so, with the job done well in the first half. And some nicely orchestrated goals too from Yeşilcilak's players. Foul on Kypr Belgique. Should be the goalkeepers to deal with. He has to punch it behind. Salas Mihos, who's had a very, very busy game, the Apoel Nicosia youngster. And still, there will be further chances for Czechia before the close of play. They have been really in full control from start to finish. Now, Nikolaou couldn't quite get that ball under control. They have run hard, though, the Cyprus players. They've been determined to try to make something happen in this second half, even when it's appeared very unlikely. And we just remind ourselves, these are very young athletes who are experiencing a great honour to play a home championships in front of their fans, but also a great deal of pressure. It's not easy to come out against a much stronger team and to lose your first match 4-0. They'll need some encouragement after this game. Now Czechia looking to get one last one right near the end. Kolářek, it is in, it's Matej Kvacek. A first ever goal for the under-17s. The substitute making his point, making it 5. A 16-year-old with a moment he will never forget. First time finding the back of the net for the under-17 national team. Kolářek helped out a little by Lukáš Modrý, but he does very well, Kolářek. Great decision-making there from the number 21. Early on in this match, there were a couple of occasions when Kolářek's judgment just seemed a little suspect. But after those nerves had settled, he was fantastic, and he's played brilliantly throughout this match. Such a strong win that for Czechia, 5-0 over Cyprus. They really did control the game from the very beginning. It took them until the 26th minute to make the breakthrough, but from that point onwards they were absolutely dominant. 3-0 at half-time, and then a couple of goals in the second half. One of them from Ondřej Penksa and the other from Matej Kvacek. Two substitutes getting onto the scoreboard to increase the advantage for Czechia in the second half. It finishes Cyprus 0, Czechia 5.
Ari!